Hi, everybody. Big guy here. Welcome to Mike's Garage. Well, lots going on. I keep watching the TV. I keep checking different sources about what's going on in Ukraine. It's crazy what's going on. The Ukrainians, my hat's off to them. They are putting up one hell of a battle there. There was some information that came out, and sometimes I think it's too much information. We're telling everybody what we're sending and how many of this we're sending, how many of that we're sending over, different kinds of airplanes, missiles, and all that. I don't think we should be broadcasting all that. Maybe that's something we need to put out after this conflict is over. But you don't really tell the enemy what you're doing, okay? I know in today it's really hard to not have information get out with all the different sources, the internet, television, radio, different spy things going on. It's crazy. Anyway, the Ukrainians are claiming quite a victory on what they've done on the street over there in Ukraine. They've so far claimed they've shot down 200 jets, 150 helicopters. They've destroyed 802 tanks. That's just amazing. The thing you want to notice, though, when they show a picture of a tank on TV that's been destroyed and the turret is blown off of the tank, okay, that was a Javelin missile because it comes down from the top, it penetrates the top, and what it does is it detonates inside the vehicle. And if that is enough, or the secondary explosions with the onboard ammo also exploding, it pops the top right off of it, pops the turret off, devastates everybody inside. It's just a terrible weapon, works like a charm. But when you see a tank that's destroyed and the turret has popped off, that's a Javelin missile strike. That came down and went through the top of the tank, detonated inside the tank, and the explosion blew the turret off of the rest of the vehicle. That is telltale of what the Javelin missile will do. It's absolutely devastating to whatever it hits. Okay, so you can watch for that. 2,000 support vehicles. I'm having trouble reading this. The lighting here is terrible. I'm out in the alley. 2,000 support vehicles. That's really key. The tanks that I know of, they use between 6 and 8 gallons of fuel per mile. Okay, so if they're going to go 20, that's why you see so many of them on tractor trailers, on train. They can't go very far. They need to be supplied. They need to have fuel. Maybe they carry 100, 200, 300 gallons of fuel. That doesn't get you very far. Okay, maybe 20, 25, 30 miles is all you're going to get out of that, because it guzzles fuel, especially if you got the engine revved up and you're maneuvering, you're trying to get out of the way, and you are chewing up fuel, you're chewing up ammo. You have to have supply vehicles, and that's what you have to concentrate on. Now, Ukraine has destroyed 1,400 cargo vehicles, 79 tractor trailers. They assume that the tractor trailers are carrying ammo. The supply vehicles, especially the fuel vehicles, the tanker trucks, is what they're targeting to make sure they don't get any fuel. They had that problem outside of Kiev. They took out a lot of the supply vehicles because they didn't have the heavy armor-piercing drones and rockets. So they targeted the supply vehicles. The Russian tanks ran out of ammo. They ran out of fuel. And that's why they found so many abandoned vehicles. You get in a vehicle, restock it with some other captured ammo, fill it up with fuel, and it runs. So they're getting vehicles that way. So that's the key to the drone warfare, the guerrilla warfare that they're doing there. You don't really have to have a lot of high-powered missiles, which would be better if you did. But even if you have the low-yield switchblade rockets that you can go in, you can take out the supply truck, you can take out the ammo truck, the other cargo trucks, the fuel vehicles. The tanks won't go very far. They'll be actually useless. They can't run, they can't generate any kind of energy even to turn the turret. So that's the key to getting the drone thing going on. Now, this also came out today, and the Pentagon keeps giving away all the things that are going on now. the Pentagon said that they're going to put out, they've already sent what they call a ghost drone. Now, this drone is supposed to be the best, better than apple pie, okay? This drone can fly at night, can stay airborne for 6 or 7 hours. It has heat-seeking vision, and it can fly over and pick out the perfect target, and then it just dive bombs into the target. It's really not sure how much it weighs, how big it is. Most of the bigger switchblade drones are 50 pounds. That's a hell of a charge. That can take out a tank, a single vehicle, easily. These ghost drones are supposed to be better than that, maybe even carry several warheads to bring it back. So we're going to watch for that. Let's see what happens. Ukrainians are using the weapons. They're getting trained out of the country. That's what we're being told. They're going to Poland and other bordering countries, being trained on the equipment, and then they're going into the country with the equipment. Now, I've also been told that we need to watch that Russia is really getting frustrated with this whole thing, and they plan on attacking the supply lines that are bringing these vehicles, bringing these armaments, bringing these weapons into Ukraine from the West. So you may see attacks closer to Poland and closer to the other surrounding countries that are shipping the vehicles in. They're coming in by rail, they're coming in by highway. They're protecting those areas with the anti-aircraft missiles. They're making sure there isn't any artillery nearby, and trying to get those things in. I'm sure Russia's going to try to shut that whole thing off. So let's see what happens. Drones are the big thing right now. The guerrilla warfare with drones, small 15-man teams with shoulder-fired rockets, shoulder-fired missiles, anti-tank, anti-personnel, anti-vehicle. You got to shut off the supply lines to keep the tanks running. That's the key. Okay, I'm interested to hear your point of view on this thing. Drop me a comment. I love getting the comments. I got a couple other comments I'm going to address. And thank you for watching Mike's Garage. Could always use more subscribers. Do something nice for a stranger, guys. See you next time.